All right, we're gonna try this again with a little bit more conventional means, people. We're gonna go over here and rock out with our good friends over at StreamYard this time around. So there's no delays. I could bring guests in as I see fit, and we could just have a more organic, actual conversation. So yeah. So yeah, let me find the stream on the YouTube real quick. I think I'm on the wrong channel. Give me a second here. And then yeah, we can actually have a real stream. Good. That was a little nuts. All right, so we're back in the building. What's up, Since I see you out there, bro. Appreciate you. And let's bring Shelly back in for part two.
I'm sorry I made you end your stream. My
No,
bad.
no, I thought I had it figured out, but the audio latency thing, I got to figure out what the hell going on with that. But I appreciate your patience. Thank you.
Makes no never mind to me.
How
Absolutely.
you been though? What's going on with you?
Not much. It's same old poo, just another pile, man. Like end of the year, kind of, I did my last podcast interview like thing this morning. And so that was kind of a fun way to round out the year. And I did my last live stream on my channel that I know of, I think right now for on Thursday. So it's been a fun week.
Nice, nice. So how would you measure your 2023? Would you say it was successful, not successful? What are you thinking?
Oh gosh. Depends on what measuring stick I'm using because if we were to look at just YouTube analytics as one of those measuring sticks, I did not do phenomenally well. I didn't have like a very good amount of like channel growth and subscribers or video views. And that's my own fault because I didn't really put out a lot of VODs this year. Like I knew that and I really fell off the wagon. I only did live streams. But in terms of professional life, I launched a company this year. I hired employees this year. I made more than I've ever made in YouTube consulting. And so, by different measuring sticks, I had a very successful year. And so, yeah, I guess the answer is always it depends. But it was a good year. But I'm ready to kind of like scale it up and really kind of get my foot on the pedal next year.
Yeah, I'm really excited about 2024. Like I was trying to talk to you about before I ran into my issues. I really sat down and actually taken the time to level up my creative skills.
Yeah,
Probably
I've been
long
seeing that.
overdue. I always knew that thumbnails were a weakness of mine, even though I made decent thumbnails, I thought, but I figured I could get better. So I took 5 hours and I took 5 hours and I took a Photoshop Skillshare course.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that has completely leveled up my thumbnail game. So I'm happy about that. And then I took another Skillshare course recently for Final Cut Pro, which was
So the Ali Abdal one,
Ali
right?
Abdal, yeah.
Yeah.
And I a lot of stuff that he went over I knew already, but he also put me on to some different tricks about editing and things like that. So I've taken some of those things and incorporated them into the things I do now. So it's just been interesting to see the way I've evolved just in the past month from taking the time out to invest in myself and learn some skills. So it's
I
legit.
love that. What's so funny is someone asked me once because I have iMovie Made Easy, and they asked me if I would ever do Final Cut Pro Made Easy, and I was like, well, first of all, no, because I'm not even great at Final Cut Pro, and number two, like I know that I would probably never make a better course than Tom Buck. So if I was going to say someone needed to take a Final Cut Pro, I would be like, go follow him and take his course, or now the Ali Abdal one, because I know my strengths and weaknesses, and I don't think teaching Final Cut Pro is probably one of them. So
but I mean,
just
but
being honest.
I'm guessing you're pretty proficient in Final Cut Pro, given that it's pretty much a derivative of iMovie, or iMovie is a derivative of it.
Yeah, I mean, I did my first 100 videos in iMovie and then switched over to Final Cut Pro since then. I had tried my hand at Premiere, and just like you, I like to try all the things, and tried some CapCut and tried some other, so I am proficient enough. But then all of a sudden, when it got into the multicam angles and stuff, and I remember I purchased iJustine's How to Edit in Final Cut Pro just so I could take some of the lessons on that she had because I knew also I'm like I'm not going to make a better Final Cut Pro class than iJustine. So I took hers and I was like, yeah, I learned a few things. And I was like, yeah, see, like I like it. I like learning from everyone. So
I would think about taking her, but I think it's no more than $30, and number two, you can only get it on the Mac. And I thought somewhere that it might not work with Apple Silicon Mac. So although I don't know because it was like 3 years ago
oh,
when
yeah,
she
it
offered
was a
that class.
while ago.
So I'm
I
wondering if
don't
it'll work.
know.
Maybe I have to hit her up about that. But if it does, I might take that course too just to see what she's doing because she's an amazing Final Cut Pro
She does
editor.
a great job. And
Oh yeah,
she does the thing too. She includes the clips so you can kind of go through and kind of
yeah.
practice as well. So I love that.
Jadothan, to your point. For me, I think I would rather learn stuff on my own than being in school because learning it on my own, I can go through my own pace and I can go back and I can look at something or reread something if I don't understand it. I had to go back a few times with the Photoshop stuff, with the Aliyah Final Cut Pro stuff. I had to go back a couple of times and just listen to and watch them do that stuff again so I can have a better understanding of it. So for me, I like being able to learn at my own pace instead of learning, being in the school or whatever and having to learn at the teacher's pace. Like, I mean, that's fine, and I've done that all my life. But for now knowing what I know now, it's much better for me if I learn at my own pace. It just works better for me, and it helps me learn better. So that's what I would say. What up, cool gamer? Appreciate you being back here. Uh, appreciate y'all coming back. I know we didn't we get everybody back, but it's fine. Whatever. But so looking into 2024, what would you say is your big goal or your big project or whatever going into 2024?
It's funny that you mentioned that because I actually did a live stream yesterday going over some of like how to set goals as like for 2024 for like New Year's resolution for creator goals. And so we kind of did that exercise live. And one of mine was actually in that spreadsheet, which I gave away for free. But it's I have three different things. I mean, it's three pronged. One is about making money and making sure that all of my Amazon stuff is in line this year. So there was a dramatic shift and drop in Amazon revenue at the end of this year, probably the past 4 or 5 months. And so one of the things I was like, I'm not very good at is making sure there's platform parity across all the different places that I could be putting all of my videos. So now that I have like the team that I have, I'm actually using them to start some of my own. But that means I had to get my own house in order. So now we're doing like scheduling and I can do stuff like I have a spreadsheet that shows like I have 600 Amazon videos. Now I need to have them on YouTube and Pinterest and TikTok and Instagram Reels and Facebook page for it. And so once I have kind of like all of that in place, hopefully my Amazon associates revenue will go up. So that's one is to get my house in order for everything like kind of related to Amazon videos. Number two is actually making 50 VODs, like actual real videos on my YouTube channel this year. So having to kind of like lay out a plan for that. And then number three is actually increasing my revenue bottom line for my business that I have. So those are my three goals for this next year. How about you?
Whew. Um, I think for me, main goal is just to be consistent with my content uploads. For the last like year or so, I've been wildly inconsistent with the uploads and the frequency in which I upload. So this year, I just want to be more consistent. Yeah, I just want to be more consistent with my content uploads, and I feel like if I can do that, then my YouTube channel will be vastly different as far as the growth where it is now from what it will be next December. So as long as I keep doing that, it could be interesting next December. So I'm looking forward to just seeing how far I can take this channel in the next 12 months.
I love that. You have a specific number in mind that you're trying to go for?
No, 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 no.
Nothing like that.
The thing
How
is,
dare I?
uh, the thing that I talk about when I'm working and things like that, and what I try to tell creators is that worry about things that you can control. I can't control the number of people that are going to subscribe to the channel or whatever, or I can't control how many views I get on a video. But the thing that I can control is how many times I upload a week or how consistent I'm uploading content. So I'm worried more about what I can control and then let everything else fall in place.
Actually, so I'm going to respectfully partially disagree with some of that.
Okay.
And the only reason I say that is because one of the first goals that I put in the sheet from yesterday, because I knew that someone was going to be real stupid and be like, oh my God, to get 10,000 subscribers in this next year or something like that, right? And I'm like, okay, let's logically work through this. What would we have to do for anyone to, let's say, hit 1,000 or 10,000 subscribers? And I'm like, if you were to go through and average how many subscribers you get in every video, let's say it's 100, you would have to upload 100 videos. What would you need to do to be able to put out 100 videos? And how would you like structure your time and schedule? And so for the people who are dumb enough to be like, oh, like 10,000, because I said the same thing. I'm like, you cannot control how many people hit a button, but you can control how many times you hit a button, which is publish, right?
Mhm.
And so I was like, if you're going to go ahead and make some sort of pie in the sky like goal like that, then you're going to have to back it up with these milestones and like different metrics that you're going to have to actually break down the math in. So that's the part I'll disagree with. But the other part is, yeah, I think it's really really beneficial for people to still put a quantity to something. So when you're like, be more consistent, that's like, it's not a SMART goal because it's not specific and measurable and achievable and, and like time bound and something like that. So that's why I was always like, well, I would want to make sure that it's, 50 or 45 or something. And if I were checking in every 90 days and quarters, then I would want to make sure I have some derivative or something of that, even taking into account something like Vlogmas or Veda or something where I want to do more or less videos, or like when you want to take the last month of the whole year off. But I was like, there's still probably got to be a way to be able to make that quantifiable.
Okay, then. Okay. All right. I've been openly challenged. I like this. Let's go. All right, Shelly.
Only partially.
Let's do
partially,
this.
respectfully challenged.
I will give you numbers. So since we're talking explicit numbers, my goal is to upload 2 videos a week next year. So if I upload 2 videos a week, 52 weeks in a year.
You're not going to give yourself like a vacation or a sick week or anything like that. Like I would be at like 100, but you're saying 104.
I'm saying 2 videos a week. I mean, obviously, we'll see what that looks like. I don't know, but if I can get out 2 videos a week at least, I'll be happy. So.
Hell yeah, I love that. One thing I did say though is like accountability groups or partners or people that check in on you. How's it going on your goals? So I don't know if you have one, but if you want one and you want to say that 100 is your goal, I'll check in with you every 90 days and be like, where are you at, Viper?
Ooh, okay. All right. I'm gonna be like Michelle Khare and say challenge accepted.
Ooh, all right then. You guys all heard it here first.
That's damn right. Go. But you're right though. It's nice to have goals, but if you don't have a way to actually be held accountable and actually measure them, then you can't really. They don't really exist per se. So I'm glad you kind of called me to the fire for that.
Well, if anybody wants that, I made like a little like one pager, and it's just kind of like how to lay out some of that as a goal. It's a free thing. You can go, it's a Google sheet. So I did it for my live stream. If anyone wants to just go make a copy of it. And I filled in a couple of like fake goals with just some like fake information. So if you want to like kind of copy and paste it and make your own goals, feel free.
Indeed. And the cool thing is that the next year starts on Monday. So Monday will be the beginning of me having to put out 2 videos a week for the entire year. So it's like I better be on top of that.
Yeah. I think I'm 50 VODs, 50 live streams, and 50 shorts. So it's one of each a week.
Wow. Okay.
So we'll see.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot though. Ooh, I hope you don't bring.
I already live stream once a week, and I usually do like a short a week. So it's actually not that much more than I'm doing. Especially because right now, like my team kind of rips apart some of the live streams, and I give them access to my YouTube channel. I don't even know what they post these days, but it looks like I'm putting out shorts kind of consistently. So there's that.
Yeah. Janelle's not about to type in answer, but I might want to tell you. Sometimes I plan out, but mostly I don't. But I need to definitely get better about planning videos out, especially if I'm going to try to hit 2 a week. So yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down at least on weekends and like figure out what the attack plan is for the week so I can just put that into motion. Because you know what, there's no excuses for me anymore, man. I set my own schedule at work. I have the most powerful Apple computer laptop that is out there right now. I have a good camera. I have fast internet. There's no excuse for me not to get content out. So now I'm just trying to put these things into use and make it happen. So that's what we're gonna do.
I love that. I'm rooting for you. I'm excited.
I'm rooting for you too.
I'll hold you to it. I know you can hold me to mine too. We can check in and see how I'm doing. My goals are half of yours.
You know what's funny, Shelly? When I first started back in 2018, the first month of my career, I did a video every day in January to get the channel off the ground. And I was crazy about it. So definitely would not recommend that anymore. But yeah, that's how I started. Did 30 I did 30 videos, 31 videos in 31 days in January. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Whew, I don't know, man. I think I tried to, you know what? I once did Vlogtober, but it was really just a 5-minute live stream at the end of each day talking about like my day. And that was as much as I could commit to because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do like fantastical, amazing stuff. But I had made a commitment. And even one day when the power went out, I went live off my phone with like a flashlight because I was like, I'm getting my 5 minutes in. It's hard sometimes.
You're never lied to. It's all about locking in and focus, no doubt. The other thing that I'm going to be doing in January is live streaming every day, trying to raise money to get this Vision Pro that's hopefully coming out in February or March. So I'm going to be doing that. So
okay.
I guess to kind of be like Shelly in a way that I'll be trying to put out 2 videos a week and live stream every day in January. So that could be interesting. So, yeah.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
Well,
you should have like a little OBS plugin or something like a buy me a coffee where people can donate towards your Vision Pro fund. You can have a little thermometer that like raises as you get closer to your fund.
I can learn how to do all that fancy stuff. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like as a creator, if you don't challenge yourself, then you don't grow. So you got to challenge yourself. And I always talk about how creators can't stay stagnant. You got to grow, adapt, and change. Otherwise, you get left behind in our industry because our industry is constantly moving. Man, there's always new things to learn, new methods, new ideas out there. So you got to be constantly adapting and evolving. Otherwise, what are you doing here?
Hey T, did you check out Viper's case video today? Did it meet your approval? Was it all right? I don't. T's like the authority on making case videos, right? Didn't you say you did one today? I haven't seen it yet. So
I don't want. I am not technically T. That is the dude. That's his realm.
no, but this is your first big video that you spent. You said 3 hours editing, right?
Oh God, yes, it was great.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So,
that was a little that should not have took me that long to edit, but yeah, I was trying to
it does when it's new.
yeah, I was trying to employ all my little tricks though. The good thing, is that now I have everything saved in that video. So if I want to use them in a future video, I just got to go copy and paste and boom. Should be like
Mhm.
so.
I love that.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it took me 3 hours to edit that 5-minute video just because of all the stuff and effects I put in there. It's just yeah.
T, that wasn't the vibe, man. You're supposed to say congrats.
No,
Proud of you.
right though. It should not take 3 hours to edit a 5-minute video. It shouldn't. It
But you know what? The next time it won't. It'll take 4 or
everybody will. Hell
2.
no.
One never knows.
But he's right. He's absolutely right. Though it should not take 3 hours to edit a 5-minute video, but it did for me. I think it was like 2.5, 3 hours. I don't know. It was a long ass time because I was like doing everything. I was like doing all these transitions with sound effects, and it was a lot. But it was cool though getting some of the feedback from that video. I think a couple of people said that I went too hard on the sound effects, and now I know for the future, kind of tone it down a little bit, and then we'll go from there. And yeah, we'll rock out though.
I love that though, that you're trying new things, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, again, like I said, I can't be the same person I was 6 years ago. That doesn't work. And I'm kind of guilty of that because my live stream format has not changed in 5 years. So that's why I'm kind of trying to learn OBS to try to level that part up too, because I've been basically a talking head live stream for 5 years. I'm surprised people ain't got sick of me yet. And some of them have, because some of them aren't here anymore. But you got people like T and Hefe out there who long past evolved and adapted their live stream. And here I am doing the same shit I've been doing 5 years ago. Like, yeah, I gotta be better. So
You know, though, don't beat yourself up too much about that because some people find comfort in like the familiar. Like when you logged into like Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers and you knew he was going to take off his shoes and you knew he was going to tell you some, sing a song. And there's some comfort in the familiarity. So don't feel bad about that either. But like it's good that you want to like up level all your skills, but don't give yourself a hard time and beat yourself up just because like you did something that has been working or like you feel comfortable with. Some people don't even live stream.
I'm not really beating myself over it. I just never really dedicated time to making the live stream better. It's just like this whole channel is just my outlet channel. I've never really attacked the channel with the whole mindset of growing it and making it better. It's just a place that I came to talk to y'all on every Friday night or wherever I go live. So I never really thought about growing it per se. Clearly, I only got like 2,000 subscribers after 5 years. So clearly, I haven't really thought about growing the channel. But
You had some of the biggest tech names in the world come talk on this and do a podcast and get a job and get noticed. So don't make yourself feel too bad.
No.
I'm not going to allow it.
No, I appreciate you. No, it's my goal with YouTube more or less, it's just to grow the main channel, the Man About Tech channel. That's the beginning that I'm trying to grow in 2024. That's where I'm going hard at with 2 videos a week and just doing that stuff. So yeah,
I feel like a New Year's resolution is going to be to keep like not saying 2023, but to actually say 2024. I don't know for some reason, right? You're just like, yeah, 2023. You're like, that's not right anymore.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be hard. It's always hard, like in the first
first couple
week or two to say the new year, but eventually it kind of catching on.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have plans for New Year's?
No, just hanging out and relaxing. No big plans. I'll probably watch some football here on New Year's Day though.
Yeah, the Seahawks are playing.
Yeah, and oh yeah, the Seahawks playing, and
Yes, they are.
and then you got the Bears playing. I'm it's funny because I'm just waiting for our season to end so we can make the change that we need to make in the football game.
By the way, Joe Flacco,
Bruh,
good on you. Like what?
Bruh. I mean, good on him, like, man, he
I
got
know, that's why I was like, "Good for you, man,
like
good for
39 years
you."
old, like, came off the street and started balling. Hey,
Pretty much,
do it.
right? Good
You can
for
do it.
him.
Do it.
Love to
So
see it.
you've been in theater for a long time, so I'm curious to get your thoughts if you are aware of all the stuff going on with Russell Wilson over there in Denver.
Yeah, have you heard they're gonna maybe bench him for the rest of the season
Oh no,
to,
no, maybe
like
they did. They've been
I
shut.
mean, so they don't have to, like, you
Yep.
know,
Pay
get
him.
hurt and they can,
Yep.
save their money and buy some new people.
Yep.
Sorry.
So I don't know if y'all caught that laugh, but she laughed when I mentioned Russell Wilson. So I'm gonna guess that there's some bad blood there. Y'all don't know. I don't know.
No, not at all. I think it's funny. I think it's a little bit funny. That's all.
Wow. Yo, I'm sensing that you're not that big of a Russell Wilson fan.
I actually like Russell Wilson quite a lot, but, I think it's funny.
That
Like,
makes it worse. That makes it worse. So there's no beat there. You just don't give a damn. You're like, yeah, the hell, whatever.
people
I
are gonna
love it.
people, you know?
I love
So, it's kinda like, that sound where it's like, "Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions."
it. Fact. So me and you did a little traveling last year. So I'm curious, what is gonna be your first like conference or first event that you're gonna be going to in 2024?
Well, actually, my first event is my friend's wedding. It's in, Mexico, so I'll be
Oh,
doing that in February.
okay.
But other than that, I don't have anything on the books, because Podfest, I was looking at it, but it's actually not only over my birthday, but, other stuff that I've got going on in this city, and so I don't think I have anything planned. I don't know if you were gonna go to CES. I know some people are thinking about that. It'd
I
be
will.
really cool one day to go, but it no. And, I don't think I have anything till, like, VidSummit, really.
Yeah, I keep missing the CES, but it's expensive um and that the other thing is that not that this is really a big deal for me, but I don't meet the media qualifications to get in, but I got like 1,000 people that'll get me in, so that's not really a big deal. But it's more of the hotel and the money aspect of it that keeps me away and things like that.
Yeah,
Um,
you really wanna, like, have maybe a brand step up and pay for that, and for me, I don't make enough tech real like, content continually for a lot of those brands to probably be like, "That seems like a very good idea." So, maybe one day, though, maybe.
yeah, hopefully, it's I don't know, it's kind of funny every time I hear or see talk about a brand sponsoring somebody with CES. It always falls through at the last minute for the creator. I don't know what this. It seems like that's a thing with CES. Like a brand says they're going to sponsor you, but then at the last minute, like, oh, sorry, we can't do it. So maybe one day. I hope one day a brand sponsors me to go. That'd be awesome. I do want to
Too.
get there one day.
I hope one day. That would be fun.
Yeah. Again, if I stick to my schedule and upload these 2 videos a week next year, then we'll see if brands be more willing to maybe put that on for
Maybe
2025.
brands will also get on my radar 'cause I see you and I'm always so happy for you, like, see it on Twitter and whatnot, and you're like, "Anchor sent me this, and Andar sent me this, and Elgato sent me this," and I'm like, "No one sent me anything, but I'm happy to be here."
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm fortunate that I do have the relationship with one, although they don't really make me money per se, but they are more than happy to send me stuff and have me do videos on it. So that's cool.
It makes my heart happy. I like to see
Yeah.
it. Like when you
But
get the
here's my
pixels and
thing.
whatnot.
Like, I guess I'm a little different from other creators because I know that my channel is small. So the size of my channel right now is not really in a place where I can go out and get brand deals and get paid brand deals. It's not really. I'm not there. The channel's not there. I'm not saying it's impossible, but for me, it's not really a focus. But once I maybe I think once I hit that 10,000 subscriber mark, then I'll maybe spend more time trying to get actual brand deal. But right now, I'm just trying to grow the channel, and then if brand want to send me stuff and do videos, I can do that. But I'm not
I'm
really
gonna
worried about it.
respectfully
I knew you
disagree
would. I know you
and
would.
decline on
Yep.
your reasoning for that.
Yep. Yep.
Because first of all, even if you're an Amazon associate or an Amazon, not as influencer, hi buddy. You could use your own analytics and show what your conversion rate is, show like what kind of percentage people are watching your videos, and show how many thousands of dollars that you've closed and stuff for them, and then be like, hey, why don't you at least send me some of these expensive items so I can make more videos on it, right? Or like talk about you, but let alone like start that as your entryway into it. I mean, it's hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of equipment, but yes, you can like get brand deals. And I will slap you silly if you
No,
keep
no, no, no.
going down this road being
No,
like, I have to hit 10,000 before I
no,
have permission.
we're talking about two different things. When I
Yeah.
say get brand deals, I mean get paid sponsored
I know
deals.
what you mean. But
But
I
you
am
you didn't
saying that
say
you
you
can
just talking
start
about
with all
paid
of the
stuff.
equipment that you got for free and then work your way into a paid
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
deal
Oh,
once you
absolutely.
also show them how much you've converting.
Yeah. To that point, I actually found up a Genius Link pretty recently, so I've been
Oh,
now
nice.
using that to, kinda keep track of the stuff that I do for videos. So,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
he told me that. He
Yeah.
actually messaged me and yeah.
Oh,
So,
he told you that, huh?
Jesse's here in Seattle. He's a local guy
Oh.
with me, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was so cool, like, when I found up, he emailed me that night. He's
I
like,
know.
"Hey."
He messaged me and said, "Is this person?" And I said, "Yep, it sure is."
Oh.
So, he said he was gonna reach out to you by email. So I forgot.
Oh,
I didn't know
oh.
that.
Oh, he asked you? That's so crazy how that works. That's crazy. That's
Well,
cool.
because he and I have known each other for a bit and we talk behind the scenes. And so he sent me an email. I was like, "Is this person?" And I said, "It sure is." And he said, "He just signed up." I'm like, "Cool." And he's like, "I'm gonna send him a welcome email." And I'm like, "Cool." So
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Well, I
He
guess,
was excited.
thank you for vouching.
Of course. I do
Yeah,
that.
haven't had much traction yet, but, again, after I make more videos and do more, product-based videos, that should change hopefully. So, yeah, now I have a way to track that data, and to your point, once I have a lot of data, I can definitely take that to brands and leverage that for actual paid deals. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Haven't you had Justin on before to tell
Oh, yeah.
you all about how everybody can get brand deals? You can
Mhm.
get paid brand deals anyway. You can do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, Jeff, I've talked to Justin a few times. He's amazing. I love, like, following him and getting all his, nuggets and tidbits for working with brands. Pretty cool.
Yeah. You can do all the things, Viper.
Okay. So we gotta talk about the boot wall,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
I know you just moved, and it
Yeah.
seems like you set up a dedicated wall for your booth. So how where did that idea come from?
Well, it came out of necessity because I moved into a smaller house and I didn't have space in the closet for all of my shoes. And I also needed a new background for streaming. And I'm in a small room. This room is like one third of the size of the other office that I used to have in the other house. And so I thought to fill up the space, at least vertically, boots are pretty to look at. And I like boots. And so I would make a boot wall, is what I called it. It took some time to track down the little Etsy sized, cut to size acrylic shelves. Then my husband mounted them, and then I put my boots up, and I get to display them, and I think it's kind of fun. So
Janelle's a fool. Janelle is crazy. Uh, that's cool. I mean, when I saw the boots that you were wearing at this time, I was like, "Damn, damn fine boots."
thank you. Not only those are the ones that I hand bedazzled myself, so it took me 40 hours on those, and those are
Wow.
they're over here. They're these boots. They're, they're this one. But I now do on my weekly live stream, I do a boot of the week and people get to vote on a boot on the wall. And then I tell them the story about the boot. So people who like to learn about cowboy boots or just the story behind why I buy too many boots, they get to tune in and choose a boot every week for me to talk about.
So, Janelle, since it's acting, do you ever get brand deals from boot companies?
I wish, you know what? Someone asked me that today and I was like, old gringo, hit me up, man. Because like 75% of the boots on this wall are old gringo. So like, please help a girl out. I would love to. I would love to like also work with a company where I wear their boots exclusively at like some sort of conference because you know that when I was wearing those boots, everyone was asking me like, "What boots are those? Like, where did you get those?" And then so I was like, I would love to wear your boots all weekend because they're also very comfortable. Boots are way more comfortable than like regular shoes or heels. So I would much rather wear boots all week at a conference, walk all the miles, and have people ask me about the boots. And I did have a thing where I started doing a couple of conference talks and I was wearing cowboy boots. And I did that at all of the talks that I gave this year. So I was like, that's just going to be my thing. I will always wear cowboy boots when I give a conference talk.
Oh, there you
It's my
go.
thing. So if some company wants to get in on that, I will wear your boots during a conference talk.
Here's the question for you. Have you ever been to? I feel like it's a dumb question. I feel like the cancer shit, but I'll ask anyway. Have you ever been to VidCon?
Yes.
Okay, thought so. When is the last time you went?
2018,
Twenty.
2019, something like that. I
Uh,
went before and then I went to like Vid Summit pretty much kind of like after that. They were similarly timed, but yeah.
do you have any plans of going back to VidCon in the future?
Not unless a brand pays for it. Not on my own.
Okay,
No.
gotcha. Yeah, I kind of declined. I could have went last year for work, but I declined. I'm like I went in 2021. I wasn't really all that impressed. Oh no, I guess in 2023 I went in 2022. Wasn't really all that impressed. I declined this year. I think I might go back or in 2024. I don't know. We'll see. But Vid Summit is more my jam. Like I love
Yeah,
Vid
for
Summit.
sure.
It's just more intimate. It's just more people that I know and am comfortable with, and it's a better conference to me. But VidCon, I guess, has its place for people that are into that. But yeah,
The only way I would also go back to VidCon is if it was also doing like the industry track, because at least then you get some better talks and panels and education. The rest, if you're not on like that, the higher tier, it's a lot more audience focused to connect with the creators that are there versus actually learning and education. So I appreciate that so much more about Vid Summit is the education piece. So I would much rather go back to Vid Summit than go to VidCon.
absolutely. Hefe said you got to get the bad for VidCon. Yo, it's not involved. Yeah, Hefe. I remember when we went when I went in 2022, and I had to do a lot of walking. I'm like, why am I doing all this damn walking? And then I somehow lost my badge, and that was the whole thing. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not coming back in this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go unless the brand actually paid for it and I was on industry track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helm Rapid Repair, what's happening, man? How you doing? Appreciate
Vid
you being here.
Summit.
It's something that's right.
Absolutely.
Speaking of this summer, Shelly, I mean, I'm not a betting man, but if I were a betting man, I would bet there's a good chance that you're back at this summer for 2024. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm going to be there one way or another. It's
Yeah,
just
damn
whether or not they're
that's
like
absolutely.
and back before they, asked me to even be an MC, I'd already paid for my ticket. Like it was, I'm going. So it's the same. Like I'm going, whether or not they ask me to like, do the same type of thing or just have me there as an attendee. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be there.
Damn, absolutely. God, that has to happen.
Yeah. I
Speaking of
think it's such a good conference, and that's the one that I would save up for. And I tell people that, like, if you're only going to go to one, I would go to that one.
gotta make sure I book that hotel in advance this year because it's gonna get booked up pretty quickly. I'm guessing next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh boy. But yeah. So what else is going on, chat? What y'all got going on? Anybody got any big plans for the last weekend of the 2023? What y'all got going on? Any parties or nothing? What's going on with
I'm
y'all?
not sure where it was, but Home Rapid Repair. I think maybe you followed me on Twitter. Thank you for that. I recognized the avatar, and I know I saw you somewhere follow me. So thank you for that. I appreciate you.
He's everywhere. He is everywhere.
Is he-
Doug, I appreciate you. I know Shelly appreciates you too, Doug.
Hey, Doug. Great to see you. You know what though? Like that was an intimidating ask to go and join that team because it's a lot of well-seasoned vets on the MC stage, and that is not something that is not only in my wheelhouse, but something that I've actually done before. So I definitely had some nervous butterflies doing it. So thank you, appreciate that a lot.
Wait. Time out. So you had never done anything like that? You never like been an MC before you last year? Really?
It was like a one-day conference called Seattle YouTube Day that I was kind of one of the organizers for because I was on the council that helped put it together. And because of that, we would sometimes introduce like the next panel or something like that. But that was not one person all day doing like a lot of the stuff. It was like one of four people that maybe introduced some stuff for people. So it wasn't quite the same. And it was only one day and it was only for like 4 hours, 5 hours in a row. So nothing to the scale of like Vid Summit. So I guess you could say, yes, I've kind of emceed a little bit, but it's nothing like that.
Gotcha. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you were handling that with like a boss. I remember the text message I was getting about you trying to get people water. I'm like, is she sure she ain't never done it before? Because I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I was bossing people around. I was like, no, you guys, we really need water. And actually, what's so funny about that? Okay, insider thing. This whole time when I was asking for water, it actually turned out that John Ushai was one of the speakers in one of the rooms. And then I already could anticipate. I knew that he was going to ask for water because I also like, well, not only like we know him, right? But I also knew like other speakers and they were coming up with a panel. I was like, no, we really need some water in here now. We need some bottles. We need to like make this happen and just put them in the back of the room. I swear we're going to use them all day. And then he came in, he's like, yeah, do you guys have any water? And I'm like, I feel like such an asshole telling you, no, I don't have any water for you because I feel like I should be prepared and take care of everything that's in this room. And then he asked one of the sound tech engineers, can I just have a sip of your water? And the sound guy didn't really want to give him water. And it was kind of like this like moment. And I was so embarrassed because it's not like my responsibility to, but it was, I felt bad because any of the speakers in the room that day were kind of my responsibility. And it was a much different experience after we had water for one of the panels to be like, all of your guys' mic checks have already been done. All of your water is already on the stage underneath your chairs. All of this stuff is going to happen. You guys have an entire, like, you have 1 hour and 20 minutes and 40 minutes of it is going to be this, and you have time for, Q&A, and what time do you want me to be back, and do you want to have a line at the front? Like, I was very prepared for these rooms. But then when John Shisha, he's like, hey, sound guy, can I have some of your water? I was like, I want to just crawl under the table. It was so embarrassing. I felt so awful.
So now I feel kind of bad because I have never even thought about speakers having water in my 3 years as an MC. My thing is more about make sure these people run on time. Like, listen,
Oh, I was a tyrant. I think Roberto, I felt really bad because I was like that, like that stagehand with the little hook. I was standing and once.
Yeah, my thing is when I'm MCing, my thing is making sure you're running on time. So I'm not really worried about. And my other thing is, if you want water, that's something that you should provide yourself. Like that's not like.
Oh no, I would never put that on a speaker, because if I were a speaker, I'd want to have it too, or I'd bring my own. Sure, but like it's just one of those things that I would do, is taking care of them. But also, like I ran my room like a drill sergeant. Like I would tell my guys, like this panel, because all the weird timings they were, 40 minutes, 60 minutes. I was like, this panel is 45 minutes. Make sure it's 45 minutes on the clock. And then I would always ask the person, are you planning on doing like Q&A? Do you need to have that? Like, how much time do you want to have? And then I would like cut off the people in line. And Roberto, poor guy, I was like, I don't know who's the genius who gave him 40 minutes.
Right.
First of all, well, I know the genius, but you know what I mean. I was like, that was just never gonna work. And then he was like, yeah, I've got like a half an hour of slides and 15 minutes for questions. I was like, no, you liar. And of course, he's running over, and then he's like, do I have time for questions? And I was like, nope. And I was like, you're done here. And I felt awful. And then I was like, I'm really sorry. And he's like, I know, but like all the other people, it would be disrespectful for them not to start on time. So I was like, nope, you're done here. Like, yeah, my room was run on time. I will say that.
Yeah, that was my big thing. That's always my big thing, making sure they run on time, because then I get. It's funny because there was a miscommunication in the timing in one of the rooms, and I literally had the staff went up to me like, "Yo, Viper, what's going on? Why are these people done?" I'm like, they got 30 minutes on the schedule. What do you mean? Like, what are we talking about, bro? They're like, no, they're supposed to have like, no. I'm like, no, they got 40 minutes on the schedule. Like, no, they're supposed to have 30 minutes. I'm like, wait, what? Like, it said 45 minutes on the schedule on the program. What are you talking about? So that was the whole thing. So yeah, I'm making sure that they're finishing up when they're supposed to, so I can get on to the next people. And then the one thing that I felt kind of like an asshole when I do, but I have to do it, is that after they're done talking and they have the little sidebars and they have a crowd around, I'm like, all right,
I kick them out.
Out.
I kick them out too. I kick them out. I'm like, I love this for you. I love it so good. If we can just move it outside.
Yep.
You guys gotta go.
Love y'all.
I had to do. I felt bad. And then there was one panel that started late and I did give us this feedback. I was like, there's no backstage for any of the rooms upstairs, really. So the guy was trying to get to the panel, but it was in your room. And then he like changed to my room because he like went solo and then into a panel thing. And he got mobbed by the crowd. And he was like late coming because he couldn't walk to the stage. So that was kind of a problem. I felt bad for him.
Yeah. It's a thing, man. Being an MC is a thing, but I love doing it.
So many people are asking me, do you think it's harder or easier to be an MC than it is to be a conference speaker? And I told them, I was like, you know what, I've done both, because so last year I was an MC. The year before that, I actually did a presentation, and that was the only thing that was hard about it was like on the last day and I had no voice left. Like my voice was gone. And so, I had the mic on, but I was like, honestly, if I'm just keeping it 100 here, it is much harder to be an MC because it's a longer duration. You have a wider gamut of varietal activities that you have to do, and like balls to keep up in the air on time. Whereas if you're doing one conference talk for 45 minutes or something like that, it's easy to like just sucker punch it all in there and then be done. There's no done for MCs because you're there before everyone starts and after everyone ends. And it's a long day. So I was like, it is so much work. It was worth it, but it was so much work. And I was like, I don't think people understand how much work this is versus just like giving one talk.
So. The way I like to equate it is MCs have to worry about people. Speakers don't have to worry about themselves.
Yeah.
I will tell
it's a sprint versus a marathon, right?
Yeah.
Like the MCs are the marathon.
Right. I will tell you 100 times out of 100 times that I will much rather worry about myself than worry about people. Being an MC, but it's enjoyable. I get to meet people, talk to them, different things like that. It's pretty cool.
I totally agree. Like, when else am I going to talk to Legal Eagle?
Right.
And not only that, but then to be like in charge and be like, I'm going to make sure you have water. I'm going to make sure you have a mic. I'm going to make sure you know when you do your Q&A, and like me, like giving him instructions on what to do, like as a person of authority. Like, who am I to be like coming up to Legal Eagle and be like, you're almost like done. Like,
yo,
what?
If you out there, I threw on my rematch of pool, bro. I ain't forget what you did to me in summer 2022. Oh my God, cool, Devin. Stay.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, Devin. I'm coming for you, bro.
He couldn't have been nicer. He was so nice. And so yeah, unbridled access to a lot of these people. So that's a huge benefit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Speaking of meeting people, I had an interesting experience last night. So I was hanging out in the StreamYard, a live stream, and they were doing an interview or they were talking to Chris Pirillo. I have been watching Chris Pirillo since before I was ever even thinking about being a creator. He's been
You know he's here
concentrating.
in Seattle too?
Yeah, yep. I think I realized, but yeah. He's been doing this whole creation thing for well over a decade, maybe damn near 15, 16 years at this point. So I put out a comment in the chat, like, is that Chris Pirillo? And he's like, and he's all the comment, he's like, yeah, Viper, that's me. He's like, hey, everybody knows Viper. I'm like, what? What the hell? Whoa. It's just so cool. Like, and I know I've been doing it for this year, but it's still cool with like legends that I've watched like growing up, know who the hell I am and know what I do in this space. So it's pretty
You're
cool.
around in the Locker Gnome days?
What's that?
You around for the Locker Gnome days?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he created the first vlogger fair that was up here in Seattle, and he did it with Adobe at the time. And he is the one who spearheaded the original Seattle YouTube group. And then it got like too much for him and his schedule. So he had a couple of partners, and then the partners are the ones who kind of did like the Seattle YouTube Day that I was involved with. So I came in after Chris, but he and I have been talking about maybe reviving Seattle YouTube Day and maybe having it be a thing again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely. What's up, Abaddon? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing well. I see you out there in the chat, my dude. Appreciate you dropping in. And
That's a great profile photo. Wow. I love that with all the art in the back.
Definitely. And we got our boy Trent here sneezing an upload. He's battling, he's sick, and he's still uploading. That's the mark, man. That's the mark of a great curator. And this is the other thing that I talk about a lot when it comes to content creation and creators in general. I think there's a large step in the creators that don't take, and I've been guilty of this in the past too, but we don't take content creation seriously. We don't treat it like a job. Like, how often do things happen in our lives where, we get sick or something happens when we still have to go to work, and we still go to work. But if we get sick or something happens with content creation, then we're just done. We take the time off or whatever, and we don't treat it like a job. We don't give it the urgency that we give our actual job. And that's just crazy. So if you want to be successful as a content creator, we need to start getting more into the mindset that we need to treat it like a job. It needs to be respected as the grind, as the job it is. It is a job. You don't have to necessarily look at it like a job, but you need to treat it and be disciplined with it as you're disciplined with your job. And I will die on that hill because I've seen creators who treat it as a job get to the top, and I've seen creators, myself, who don't treat it like a job, still trying to figure it out. So we got to treat it like a job.
I remember there was an article once about, who was it? There was someone trying to do a collab with Eminem, and they said they rolled up because Eminem called them up and said, hey, let's do this. Let's drop this verse on this track. And so he's like, okay, yeah, why don't you come over to the studio? And the guy rolled in at like 4:59 or something like that, or 5:01. And they were like, yeah, where's Eminem or Marshall? They're like, oh, he just left. What? He told me to come over. He's like, he leaves at 5. He's like, when are you coming back? Or he's like, I'll be there at 8. And he works it from like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And like he keeps his hours and he treats it like a job. And so the guy, to do the collab with him and to put the verse on the track, he had to come back the next morning when the guy was there. And he's like, no, these are my hours. These are my working hours. And then I go off and I do others. And he's like, that was the first time I ever had anyone in the music industry kind of really show me what it was to be working it like a job. And I think it's the same when it comes to other creative professions like this, is you have to treat it like a job, because if we had a job to do, and this was our 9 to 5, which technically it could be, we wouldn't probably make the excuse, oh, I'll just sleep in late today. Or, you keep the schedule, you get out of the sweatpants, you actually maintain, like, this report is due on Friday or whatever it is. Like, you have to do that. If it's your job, you're supposed to do it if this is your creative job too. And I have done a crap job of that this year, so I'm going to be better.
And I've done a crap job of it in the last like 2 years. So 2024, I'm going to be me treating it more like a job and then getting into doing what I need to do, especially since I have a job where I set my own hours anyway. So there's no excuse for me not to treat it like a job. So that's what I'm doing in 2024. Since I wish we had more Android developers that had that mindset. Wow. Damn.
In defense of Android developers, there's so many different screen sizes and other things that you have to take into effect about like what can and cannot be done on Android devices. That's why it's always longer for them to like get everything and get apps and all that because iOS only has a certain amount of screen sizes. And so you don't have to coordinate for something that's on a 2G device on something that only has a screen resolution that's completely different than something on a foldable. Like it just doesn't, the math doesn't math when it comes to dev work.
I don't.
I'm sticking up for my devs.
Trent said we need to get
I'm not even in software anymore, and I'm still sticking up for the devs.
Trent said we need to get Shelly a super soaker for water request. I'm not sure what he means, but okay.
Oh yeah, no, for the people on stage, open your mouth.
Oh,
legal, open.
wow.
Maybe we'd be like objection.
Oh my God. My man Abaddon says you gotta show up and have operating hours that work both ways. No one to work with no one to rest. Oh, that last part, no one to rest. I love that. Yeah. Because sometimes
a lot of times content creators, you don't turn it off, right? You're always like, oh, could this be content? Should I be answering comments? And I'm like, no, you're at dinner. Shut it off.
Yeah. Put the phone down, walk outside, go breathe some air. It'll be there when you come back. Don't worry, it's cool. Let's see. T says, so him and home rapper repair talk about being consistent and not making excuses. And T says, I get it, but for sure, health always comes first. And he's right, health does come first. If you don't take care of yourself, then you ain't gonna be creating nothing. Trust me, I get to get the content out by any means necessary, but that hurts in the long run. It's all about balance. Yeah. Gotta have that balance for sure. Absolutely. 5 4 I'll get that water for you.
Heck yeah.
Y'all are wild out here.
You know, it's so funny. I don't know if you ever watch it, but the Heights podcast, you know, with the Kelsey brothers.
Yep.
They were talking about like they have a section called No Stupid Questions. And so one of the questions that was asked was like, why can't you guys get your own water? Why do you have to be squirted? And they were talking about that, you know, because like the trainers come out and they squirt everyone with water. And he's like, you know, we probably could. It would just take longer. And if a guy's sitting there and ready to squirt you, I'm just going to open my mouth and, you know, have the guy squirt me. So I was like, why would I take the... And it was like, it's so funny because if you watched him in one of the clips before where he was talking about where his wife Kylie was supposed to bring him his jeans, he was like, why didn't Jason remember to bring the jeans? Kylie was supposed to bring the jeans. Well, why didn't Jason? Because Jason was football. And he was like, and you can't also remember to bring your pants. And he's like, I think I'm remembering I probably can't blame Kylie for this one. But it was kind of the same thing. He was like, I could get my own water, but I'm just going to let this guy squirt me with water. Because why not?
So,
because Jason was football.
So Shelly, there's a segment of people out there in the population who believe that Travis and Taylor are a PR stunt.
I don't think so. You wouldn't go through all of that. No, not for that. You wouldn't be flying around to Buenos Aires and like going down there and like taking all the heat they do without like actually kind of being invested in. I think people are surprised because they seem so like immediately on. But the fact is they'd already come out and said that they were already a couple at that first game where she was like in the suite. Yep. And she's like, do you think we would seriously hard launch a first date? You guys are like off your rocker. We've been like together for a while. So I think people, it seems dramatic and sudden, but I think, no, I love them together.
No,
I hope it works.
It's about keeping private shit private, and they kept it private until they were ready to make it public.
And we've all seen how that went, how voracious the appetite was for her old relationship, and that didn't end up going well. So, I mean, you could be burned by that and how awful that was with how little they shared. So for them to be so open about this one too, they got to be pretty sure, I think.
Definitely. Noah said, Viper, what are your thoughts on Reacher season 2? My thoughts are, as soon as this live stream is over, I'm going to watch episode 4.
I am so loving Reacher. I binged it over the last like 2 weekends. It's so good.
Yes. As soon as I get off this live stream, I'm going to watch episode 4. I love that show. It is the best show ever on Amazon, period.
What is that giant tree of a man? Like what else has he been in? Like in a few, it was the Rocky Mountain State one where he was like that big football player, but he's so good.
Yeah, he could have Reacher, definitely.
He's really good.
Yeah, y'all need to watch Reacher on Amazon Prime. Speaking of Amazon Prime, I guess my Amazon Prime price is going up by a couple of bucks here because I'm not messing with no ad show.
Did you see also the YouTube premium's also going up?
Yep. It's funny because so that's funny because I signed up for YouTube Premium via iOS through the iOS app. So I was paying a higher price anyway. But then they said we're gonna raise your price to $18.99. But you can pay $13.99 if you sign up for through the directly through Google. So I canceled the my account and then I signed back up to Google. I'm gonna pay no $18.99 if I can just save a few bucks by signing up from the app. Like at Ford, like $1 2. I'm like, all right, $1 2. I don't really care.
Yeah, it adds up over time. So
But $5, no. Viper's gonna sign up for via Google. Bye, Apple.
that's right. He was Aquaman in Smallville.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard that. Right.
And if you like Smallville, Lana Lang, Kristen Crook is in the first season of Reacher
Okay. Cool.
for the Smallville reunion.
Jason, the Viper was able to watch your video release today. I felt the editing style did a really great job matching your on-camera style. Flowed really nicely. Thank you. Wow, the second person that commented on the editing. Yes, I love it. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Love that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I've always said from day one that I feel like tech is inherently boring, so I try to make it more exciting. So now I have the skills.
Shut your mouth. What?
Listen, Shelly. All the specs and everything. Some of that stuff is just absolutely boring. But I try to make it more entertaining.
Hurts my heart.
You know it's true. So yeah,
I believe this knife belongs to you.
She's hilarious. Yeah, I try to make it more exciting. So before I try to do that with my personality, but now I have a little bit of editing shop on me. Now I can mix my personality with editing to kind of match, and hopefully it's going to be a big deal in 2024. I'm looking forward to it.
Love that for you.
Jonathan, what's some YouTube Premium features you'd like to see in 2024? I mean, the only one I really care about is the no ads. Everything else is bonus to me, yo.
Dude, I love offline watching. I love downloading. I always will download at least 2 hours worth or something if I'm going on like a plane or car ride. I used to do that when I worked at like Amazon because I would be stuck in the parking garage for at least a half an hour on some days, and I couldn't get out because the traffic was so bad on one of our side streets to get to the freeway. So I knew it was a bad day when I could get through like 3 videos, but I always download videos to watch. So that's a big thing. And actually, YouTube Music is not as sucky as everyone thinks. And I do use Apple Music only because it's free because I'm on Verizon and with my plan. But if I didn't, like YouTube Music's not bad.
Yeah,
but what features am I looking for? I don't know. What do you have any features that you really would love to see?
No, like I said, with YouTube Premium, I mainly have it for the no ad experience. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I love watching it with no ads. So everything else is bonus to me.
That is such a big deal because now I have several YouTube accounts that I have to be in for. Now we're doing some management and YouTube channel stuff for some other clients, and I already know like if I'm in one of their other and I start seeing ads, I'm like, oh, wrong account, because you just don't realize until you are watching a video and then you see an ad and you're like, what? I hate that. So I would much rather continue to have that.
Definitely.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, absolutely.
So I was on a podcast the other day. Actually, it's the Genius Links podcast, or it's the one that they're starting up and sponsoring.
Oh.
And wait.
Oh, are we gonna have a doggy in?
I gotta visit her.
Wow. All right, y'all. Here we go.
I'll cover your man bits. Aww. Don't worry.
Your man bits.
Oh, buddy. Look who just got their New Year's haircut yesterday and looks so handsome.
Look at the tongue out to the side. Yo, the tongue out to the side out here.
He doesn't have any teeth anymore, so his little tongue hangs out all the time. Aww. But look how handsome. What a handsome floof you are. Oh, my goodness, everybody. Yes. Yeah, everybody gets to see Cooper. Yeah. Oh, little sister is here. We'll see if we can pick her up too. But sorry. The question was, is there, and this was the ending question. I think he thought it was going to be this real like aha zinger. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry for you because I just ruined this for you and your affiliate links as well. But he's like, what is your one piece of like can't live without it technology? And he's like, and go. So I'd love to ask you, what is your one piece of can't live without it? If the whole house burned down, I would go out and buy this again piece of technology.
Probably my iPhone, to be honest with you. Like my iPhone is the hub of everything that I do. So I have to have my iPhone. Like that's no question. But I guess that's the easy answer. If we give it like a non easy answer, let's see. What is one piece of technology I cannot live without? Wow. What do I use? Like for me, it's stuff that I use every day. Like it's funny. I've been having this debate with LeBaron about smartwatches and mechanical watches and how I will not even entertain a mechanical watch because it does nothing for me. So it has to be about something I can use or I use regularly or every day. Oh, we got 2 of them. Oh, we got
double-decker puppies.
Oh, look at this puppy farm.
It's a puppy party. It's a puppy party, everybody. This one's Casey. The little one is Casey and the big one's Cooper.
Oh, Casey and Cooper, that's so cute.
We call this the double-decker puppy.
Now, what type of dogs are those?
So Casey's the little one. She's a Yorkie poo, and then Cooper is a Yorkie.
Wait a minute. So what's the difference between a Yorkie poo and a Yorkie?
So the Yorkie poo is half poodle, half Yorkie.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, you know, he can live without a smartphone. Oh, all right, brave man, I got you. So what is something I use every day that I need to have? Let's see. Mhm. I usually leave the house with 1 or 2 phones every day, so I already said that. What else do I have? Oh, damn. I don't.
though, just the fact that you are word searching for just a moment makes me feel so much better because I didn't have an answer. No, I literally was like, there's nothing so important to me that it wouldn't just be like next man up mentality. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
Mhm.
um, and then that's why I was just like, I just don't care that much about that, or like there are things that we want, but like nothing that I can't live without. So it's like, I had the A7 III camera and it was full frame and it was great lens. But I was like, it's overkill. It's too heavy for this
Yeah.
this arm. And so I was like, you know what? I sit here and I do talking head videos. I downgraded to a Sony ZV-1 and sold the camera at the local shop and got some money. And then I was like, oh, this mic is nice, but if I didn't have this one, I'd use the Shure MV51 or the MV7 and or something else. And I'm like, or there was a live stream I couldn't use my camera and I just used my smartphone. And I'm just like, there's nothing in my entire arsenal and repertoire that I couldn't replace probably with something else. And
Yeah.
I was like, it just doesn't matter that much to me. And then I was like, that is probably why I'm also a very horrible tech reviewer because I'm just like, it's nice, but also I still respectfully disagree with it. The specs are boring. I will give you that people focus too much on the specs and not so much what that thing does for you as the I was talking about this today about like feature versus benefit, right? And it's like people always worry about the feature and not the benefit of what it actually like how it improves your life. So I'll give you that the spec itself is boring, but it's about like what that benefit actually does for you. I'm sorry, was I in your way? So yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm good
anyways,
with that. But yeah, to your question, I can't really think of any else without my phone that is invaluable to me. Do you know
see, that
the
makes me
fact?
feel better. At least you went to cell phone, right? I didn't have an answer. I think I eventually landed on phone, but like I was just like, doesn't matter. I mean, if it wasn't the iPhone, I'd use my Samsung Galaxy S23, or if it wasn't that, I use my Pixel 7. You know?
Yeah, also I think me and you were both operating from a place of privilege when we answered that question as well, since we have so much tech. But yeah. Jonathan, would you rather have your smartphone over your Mac every day of the week, bro? I could take my phone with me. I can't take I could take my Mac with me, but it'd be cumbersome as hell. But yeah, phone over the Mac every day of the week. Absolutely, bro. Got to. I think home rack repentance. Viper, somebody brought me a very expensive old school watch. I only wear it once or twice a year for special occasions, so probably overpriced. See? Dude, I'm sorry. I know some of y'all are mechanical watch fans, but I cannot mess with a dumb watch. If it can't tell me my heart rate, if it can't make it take phone calls, if it can't give me tap GPS directions, I'm not interested, yo. I'm not having it. I can't do nothing with that. I'm done. No
My
more
friend has this
watches.
theory that we always end up saving these things for a nice day. But like one of the things that happened to her, she has this like really nice skincare, this really nice like shower stuff, and all of a sudden she like went to use it and it was like bad. And because you were waiting for this nice day to happen instead of just like using the stuff as it's intended to be used and actually like enjoying it. So she's like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to use the good stuff. And that was like her slogan for a while. She's like, I'm going to use the good stuff and I'm going to use it and I'm not going to like hoard and buy like backups because like I can't get through it before I like get through it. So, and it was kind of a nice thing because then we were talking about how we do all these makeup declutters or something. And she's like, do you know how much money I've wasted on like using the cheap stuff because it was available versus saving the stuff that then went bad? She's like, I'm going to use the good stuff. And that includes makeup, skincare, body care, whatever else it is, the nice clothes. I'm going to do that because I would rather buy the one nice cashmere sweater than like the 50 fast fashion pieces that all end up going in the trash after the first use and wash. So sometimes you got to use the good stuff.
Definitely. Let's see. Michael said he can't live without a smartwatch. Okay. Fit Blonde can't live without a Keurig. Hey, coffee. Got to have that coffee, no doubt.
Mhm.
504 said my phone will probably in my pocket already while I'm running out the house.
Yeah.
Yep. Melly said she can't live without her iPad and her projector. Okay. All right. Cool.
Projector. Good.
Yeah. But yeah. My answer is probably my phone. I can't really think of any other answer without my phone. I need my phone. I must have my phone. Like I just gotta
Yeah,
have.
that's a good answer though, because you can do everything from your phone.
Yes, absolutely. I pay my bill from my phone. I communicate from my phone. I social media from my phone. I can literally do my job from my phone if I need to. So yeah,
Mhm.
gotta have my phone.
It might be a little less like convenient
Yeah,
than other like things, but like you can. So
But I
Thank you.
will say the one piece of tech that has kind of pleasantly surprised me this year that I am now be finding that's very invaluable, my M3 Max MacBook Pro. Oh my god. Like I've
Did
literally
you get one?
yeah. That's another reason why I've been able to level up my content because I can do more with the computer. Like I can try more things, like put more special effects in my videos and things like that because it won't choke because it can handle everything I throw at it. So having a computer and being able to just to do more with it because of the power that it has, like damn man, I am blessed. But yeah, I love my computer is legit. I love my computer.
I love that. I mean, it's definitely worth upgrading every once in a while. Like I have a good shake, buddy. I have a M1 that I ended up buying used off of a different creator, and every once in a while, I'm always like, oh gosh, wouldn't it be nice to have X? And then I'm like, why? You do like nothing. So it's like it's it would like to have, but yeah, I don't need it. But it's I would like to have it.
She doesn't always cause trouble out here. Viper has yet to max out that RAM. I will never max out the RAM, which I'm okay with. I'm good. That means I can do everything I need to do and not worry about computer maxing out on RAM because I got too much of it. You say, hey, my 30 people OBS and have 1,000 tabs, 10,000 tabs open.
I don't know about that. One was already enough to max out the Viper, not the RAM.
Oh man, yo, sorry. Next time I do that, I will have a better bearing on how to make that work.
No, why would you? No, that's the first time doing it or bringing in a guest. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah. Um. So, with how busy you are, do you like have a chance? I know you. Oh no, you said you binge watch Reacher. Is there anything else you're watching on TV?
So I ended up watching this Netflix. I don't know, you know how sometimes it just like recommended for you and then starts playing and then they get you with the preview and then you're like, what is this? And then you start watching it and then you're like, I don't like it, but you keep watching it and then you're like, I bet I should watch all of them. That happened to me with this show, some sort of Korean drama called My Demon. I know it sounds awful, but yeah, now I'm watching this Korean uh, drama called My Demon.
Mm,
So the premise of it is basically the devil loses his tattoo of power, which is how he makes deals with people and has all of the power of regeneration. And because a woman that he tries to kind of like, he's going after the bad guy, but like the woman just happens to be there. And so she saves him when he is like unconscious or something. And so the tattoo decides to change its loyalty and goes to her. And so now he has no powers anymore. So now he's like pretty much becoming like immortal. And she has like these weird powers because of this. And they're trying to like figure it out. So yeah, it's a thing. And so she ends up marrying him so that they're trying to figure out how to get the tattoo back to him because obviously she doesn't want these powers either. But she is this big heiress that her aunt has passed away, who was the big head of some company, and the rest of her family doesn't like her. And she's kind of convinced that the rest of the family has offed this person that she actually loved because everyone else in the family hated her. So then everyone's trying to go after her because she is named in the will as the person who should take over, and everyone's real mad about that. So he's trying to protect her as a bodyguard, but she's the one with some power and trying to figure it out, and he doesn't have any. So they get married.
interesting.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
one thing that I've done more this year is read. I've gotten into reading more this year, which I should say I've gotten back into reading more this year. And I will tell you that there was a popular book this year on social media, and it's called Fourth Wing or The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros.
Okay.
And boy, that is one of the best books I've ever read in my life. Just amazing. It's about a girl, her dragons, a love affair. It's like, yeah, if you're into fantasy reading, I would highly recommend reading The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It's the first in the series. The sequel called Iron Flame is already out. The third book is she's currently writing that one. So if you want to get into the series, The Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, they're both out now and available for you if you want to do that. But both of them are very good. I enjoy The Fourth Wing more than Iron Flame, but Iron Flame was still a good book. But yeah, Fourth Wing, damn good book. Damn.
I've never really actually gotten into fantasy. So I'll have
Yeah.
to maybe check that out.
Yeah, I wasn't really into it either until the significant other put me onto it. So now I'm reading more fantasy books and things like that. Usually I read
Sometimes it would be nice for something for fun though, because a lot of my stuff is like the Daily Stoic and the YouTube formula and like all of these, Crush It and like all of these kind of either business minded or entrepreneurial in spirit type of readings. Or if you really want a tearjerker, The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch. I love that one so much. And so maybe it would be nice to have something that is just completely for fun and not trying to like grow your brain with more information.
it's funny because like to your point, Shelly, I've been reading more of fun stuff. So next year, I'm trying to get into more stuff that will grow my brain, which, like I told you, I've already been taking classes on Final Cut Pro and Photoshop, and now I'm try to learn OBS. So I'm trying to do more educational stuff next year too, on top
Mhm.
of reading the fun stuff, just to get
Okay.
smarter and do that
Oh,
stuff.
I got a list if you want.
I
I
bet
got a whole bookshelf of unreads, the unreadables I haven't gotten to yet.
Genosis.
I'm gonna have you know, this is the second time that I've gotten to talk about this today, but here's my Harry Potter wand.
Oh,
So I got to say it in my interview this morning on my podcast. So I'm a big Harry Potter fan, books and movies, and Game of Thrones not so much, but Lord of the Rings, yes, especially the movies, the extended editions. So I'm a nerd at heart.
I have not read the Harry Potter books. I have seen all the movies though, but I didn't see them until like 20 years after they came out. But yeah, once I
Oh,
watched
that's right. I remember you doing the movie marathon and
yeah,
whatnot.
they're
Yeah.
awesome movies, but I have not gotten to the book. But I am still mad about how Harry Potter ended up. I 100% do not agree with who Hermione ended up with, but we won't get to that conversation because now I'll get mad. No, yeah. So I'll just leave that there. Not a good look. JK, not a
Okay.
good look.
You know what though? If we really want to throw a whole wrench into the whole thing, you know who Hermione could have and should have ended up with?
Yes.
Victor Crumb,
Who?
the Bulgarian Quidditch player that asked her to the winter formal.
Oh, get out of here. I didn't
No,
even
if you think about it, he was not only this handsome, stoic guy that was so tired of all the girls running after him and like fainting in the library because he was such a big international superstar. And here's this one girl who's book smart and is annoyed by all the attention that he gets. And all of a sudden he's like, wow, someone who actually also has this disdain for me that is like not just someone who's like using me for like fame and popularity and to like be on my arm. So he was very proud to have her on because it's also a book smart girl, not just this airhead who was following him around, being like, "Oh my god, I love you so much." You know what I mean? It's like she was a woman of substance. And if you think about it, I think he was also someone who didn't believe fully in like the full blood. Like he was totally fine with her being totally a mixed blood too. And so there was actually a lot to that because of the fact that he wasn't ashamed of her. Like sometimes like Ron was trying to hide it and be jealous and not like claim her, right? I'm not going to ask you to
Because he
dance,
didn't
but
belong there in the first place.
right? But if you think about it, Victor was like super excited and he like carried her on his arm, did the dance with her, was like proud to like wheel her around, but also liked her enough before she got pretty, right? And like all of a sudden people saw her in this other light. So I think he really enjoyed the fact that he could be himself around her and not have to put on this show of airs. And so I think that it could have been like a really powerhouse couple. You've got this like major athlete, and then you've got this like book smart girl that's actually kind of pretty. That could have been a cool pairing.
Hermione should have ended up with Harry. How did
I
this
don't
not?
think so.
How do you write that book and not have that ending? And Ron, really, a Ron of all people?
Yeah.
Nope, we're not
You
doing
can't have two very smart, two very talented, and two very ambitious people sometimes together because they usually end up butting heads a long time because someone usually has to like acquiesce to the other. And you know that Ron was a follower. He followed around Harry. He followed around all like he was a follower. So
that.
Hermione's going to take the lead because she's so smart, and then Ron is going to follow along. You need that dynamic. You can't have two of those people like battling head, but you can have two opposites, such as like a Victor Crumb and a Hermione. You can't have Harry Potter and Hermione. It just wouldn't make sense. No,
I don't know if I agree with that, Shelley.
no, I
think,
die on that hill. Mm-mm,
I
no.
think. Well, okay. Just because it doesn't work out for you doesn't mean it wouldn't work out for somebody else. Come on now, come on.
Ron was the perfect like wimp, like strong enough.
That's not the word I
Like,
would use, but yes, I agree.
well, like he's not like a Victor Crumb, and he's not going to be the one to like be first. If you think about it, Ron was the first one to run away. Like he doesn't have that bravery type gene. He came back when pushed,
sorry, y'all.
and he came back when he needed to like support his friends. But he wasn't going to be the first one to run into the fire. He was the first one to run away.
No,
Hermione would run into the fire.
he's a little punk.
And you have to have like a leader in between the two. Hermione was almost way smarter than him anyway. So it was always Hermione being like,
well, no, almost about it.
I mean, Hermione was always the one being like, Ron, get your shit together. You know, like ask me out, or Ron, get your shit together. You're supposed to be here with us and fight, you know, and get these Horcruxes like figured out. Like, what are you doing with your life, basically? So you can't have her and like Harry Potter. Like, it just wouldn't work. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, I know the dynamic works usually, but I still believe there's a dynamic where two strong people can coexist.
You can have two people that love each other, that just not romantically. they can be best buddies. They can like have gone through something horrific or something like that no other people are going to ever be able to experience, but it doesn't mean that they have to be romantically involved. If you think about that, like Samwise Gamgee and like Frodo Baggins, a lot of people are trying to say is like this whole like thing where like they should have been a couple if you think about it. But instead, Sam was like still worried about Rosalie, you know, and the curls and everything like that. But like you can still be best friends, love each other, and not have any of that kind of like romantic thing. And I think that's the way it was always going to be with Harry Potter and like Hermione.
Terrible. Goddamn terrible.
Don't be mad because you lost. That just wasn't meant to be, man.
I lost when she made that decision to put her with Ron Weasley. Ugh,
Oh, but everybody understands it.
terrible decision.
I think everybody understands.
Oh, we understand. We think, man, I ain't gotta like it though. I would never like that. That was terrible. That's a terrible decision. I will never get over it. Bad. Bad, JK. Very bad. What else is going on? What else?
I mean, I don't know. Do you guys agree? Do you think Hermione should have ended up with Harry? I don't. I think she actually could have been with Victor Crumb.
Would have been better than Ron.
I agree. I agree with that.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
What else was going down?
What are you trying to get a boogert out of a closet?
Wait, what?
Ridiculous. That was the spell to get the boogert out of the wardrobe.
Oh, okay.
You know where they had to say the thing.
It should have been Harry and Hermione. That's what it should have been. I don't know what JK was thinking. Maybe JK. I don't know.
Let's wave the wand of knowledge. Do we agree? We do not. It was a no.
Oh,
It's
we
a no for
agree.
me, dog.
We agree.
It's a no for me, dog. And I had the wand. So
Speaking of, I have a wand too, not a Harry Potter one, but I do have a wand around here somewhere.
Mhm.
You
know whose wand it is, by the way?
Who's that?
You not recognize the wand? I thought you were a nerd.
I'm not
fellow
the
Harry
nerd.
Potter nerd. Oh. It's the main hero's. It's Snape's wand.
Oh.
He is the hero of the entire movie, you know.
Well,
Oh, don't even try and fight me on that one. He is the unsung hero of the entire series.
Snape, really?
Yes.
Of the entire series.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, I know he had his redemption arc. I don't know if I would call him the hero of the entire series, but he definitely
He
had
knew
his
the
arc.
entire time that Harry Potter not only was going to die, but he knew that oh no, you are completely mistaken if you don't understand the sacrifices that he made from the very beginning, even after saying that he would never actually be nice to him and he was awful to him. But it was also like when you have then the child of your like lifelong love that looks exactly like the person who tormented you throughout the entire series and have to swear to protect him throughout his entire life, knowing that after all that time and you finally care about him, that Albus is gonna kill him anyway. And then that's when he's like, I have loved because it was part of this woman that I've loved all this time. And then basically Albus is saying, you're going to have to be the one to kill me and all of these things. Like, you know how many sacrifices and dangers he put himself into because he took that oath to protect him after he went and got Lily protection after the guy that basically took his woman or, you know, his dream woman was, you know, killed. And like, there's no way that you could look at that afterwards and not go back and be like, Snape was the whole damn hero, the whole thing, and then watch it again, knowing from the outside end perspective that Snape is the hero and everything he had to do to get to that point at the very end, it's him.
Interesting. I'm not gonna really argue with you about Harry Potter because I'm not that deep into it. I'm just not. But that's
Okay,
I mean, I did notice his redemption arc throughout the movie. I've read the book, so I don't have that backstory. But watching the movie, I did see how he went from the perceived bad guy to then ended up saving Harry Potter and all this stuff. So
multiple times.
Oh yeah,
multiple times. Oh yeah, and he's the one who had to go and defeat Draco so that Harry Potter wasn't going to be the one and have that on his on his hands and all that stuff too. But if you think about all of the stuff when he sent off the no, like he is. If you go back and watch it again, knowing that Snape at the very end, everything that you know about him now and watching it from the very beginning, you're like, oh damn, he had to hold his tongue for a very long time and he had to do all these things he didn't even want to, including killing Dumbledore so that, so that whatever his name didn't have to do it. Like there's so much that you go back later and you're like, oh damn, like he went through a lot and he couldn't tell anybody. He could tell no one. The only person he could tell was then the guy he ended up having to kill because he asked him to, just to make sure the wand didn't get into the wrong hands. So do not tell me that he did not make a lot of sacrifices in this movie and in the whole arc. I'm sorry if we've lost everyone.
I will not
I don't know.
It's all good. They'll live. I would not say that though. He made a lot of sacrifices. He definitely did. I would not say he didn't.
He is the unsung hero of the entire series.
He certainly did. Um, so you are, I believe you are still actively present on Twitter, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. You know, Shelly, people are weird. They're some people are leaving the platform because they don't like Elon and all this stuff. I'm like, what the hell what are we even talking about here? Like, what the hell? What does Elon have to do with how you live your life on a day-to-day basis? Like,
Right.
what are we talking about, bro? People
Well,
are
people are
weird.
still on Facebook because they love Zuckerberg. No, people like what they like, and they are. Anyways, yeah.
Very weird. Weirdo for sure.
Yes, for sure. I'm not leaving Twitter. It's like I still enjoy it as a platform, and it's just one of those things where it's like there's just always going to be another site, Blue Sky or Vine or whatever else it is, and like yeah, you can go there or not, and like you can be fickle like the wind, or you can really put the stake in the ground and be like, I hate Elon. I'm like, great. Then also don't drive a Tesla and don't have solar power and don't have, it's like, at what point do you just kind of like draw the line and be like, just live your life, man. And if you don't want to be on it, then fine. But like, whatever.
Let's see. Home rapper appears that Elon brand is being a rebel, but advertisers have the full right to run if they want to. Yeah, I mean that's
Absolutely. That is the consequences of your actions of how you run a company into the ground, or you don't pay the devs and they don't do the work to make sure that the bugs and stuff aren't fixed. So, I mean, all of that, that can all be true at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not even an Elon fan, but I'm saying like, yeah.
You're not going to let him dictate how you use social media. Exactly.
And that's the thing is like, if it goes under as a social platform, guess what? We'll find another one. Like it's always the next man up. Like I'll find another one. It's not the big, but I'm also not going to run out and open 5, except to reserve the username in case this one goes down and we need to have another place to go. Fine, then I'll do it. It's not that big of a deal. Like I'm not going to cry in my Cheerios because Twitter shuts down one day. I'll just find a new platform to be on. If all 15 of my platforms get shut down at the same time, then I'd have a different problem. Then there'd be a different reaction. But I don't care enough that if one platform shuts down, it's not going to wreck my entire world.
Yeah, and I don't care enough about Elon or what he's doing to let that influence how I use the platform. I just don't care. Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Okay.
you are one of the people that absolutely hate him so much that you can't use the platform, fine. That makes no difference to me, except I won't find you on that platform. You'll find me on one of the other 15 I'm on.
Yep.
Like, so go on in your indignant like righteousness. Go ahead, have your say. That's fine. That has no never mind on how I'm gonna like also use the platform.
No, none whatsoever. What are your thoughts on Threads? Have you had any time over there at all?
I've done one to reserve the username and to
That your one.
I mean that's right. I mean I want to make sure that it's protected. Other than that, I've done one thread and it was is this thing on? Basically, something like that. And I think mainly, I mean, like if people want to reinvent themselves on a new social platform and all of a sudden they have a new brand identity and purpose, sure, go ahead. If people are just recycling the same content they have on one platform versus another, sure, go ahead. It does not affect my life in any way. You do you, boo. I don't care. I can't see that the adoption has gone so well that people are going to continue to use it after the initial sign up period. So, I mean, we'll wait and see, but I don't really care.
Yeah. I would agree. I think I just find it funny that people try to make it out to be like this new way of life and there's no toxicity over there. Oh, yes, it is.
Did they not do that about Clubhouse before it got infiltrated by all the quick, get rich people?
Yep.
Did they not say that about Blue Sky? Did they not say that about Mastodon? Did they not say that about what was the one that the video one that got shut down after? I mean, there was a million of them. So and they're always gonna be. So
You know it.
it is what it is.
You are exactly right. It is what it is. And that's the thing, though. It's not the platform, it's the people. And the people are always going to be the same on whatever platform you go to. So why are you running from one platform to go to another platform when the same people are going to follow you from platform to platform? It's just
Maybe they are. I mean, and if people like it, and great, good for you. If people don't like it and don't want to use it, great, good for you. Like, makes no difference to me. Like, I mean, or you maybe. I don't know. It only makes a difference to the people who want to use it, I guess, or don't want to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I just find that people are weird. People are so weird about it. That's why I'm just like, I talk about it like so weird. Like, so you're really going to dictate what you do in your life by what some billionaire who doesn't even know, who doesn't give a damn about you is doing on their platform. Like, the weirdest shit or whatever. ah,
Yeah,
ah,
people get really worked up about it.
yeah. Mike, what's up, dude? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Happy New Year to you. I'm getting it out there now because I won't see y'all to the New Year after tonight. Tech for you, what's up, bro? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. But yeah, Happy New Year to all of you all. We are getting ready to go into a new year here in a few days, and that's what's up.
2024. You remember for the first couple of weeks.
Any last words, anything you want to talk about, Shelly?
I would just encourage people because I know you did it, I did it, but when people are starting to craft their New Year's resolutions, maybe have one. If you are a creator, a fellow creator like we are, maybe have one for whether it's your YouTube channel or your social or, having some sort of strategy because it's a good time of year to start thinking about that thing and at least some thought towards it can lead to maybe some action. And yeah, so I would encourage people. Why not?
Also, stop wasting time. Stop waiting for that perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. You just got to get out there and get it done. And if you are lacking some skill set, then you have every opportunity like me to go out there and learn the skills that you need to learn to get to where you want to be. There's no excuses. Life is too short to be sitting on your ass and doing nothing. So if you got stuff, use the good stuff. If you got a plan, if you got something that you want to do, if you are not happy with your current station in life, then it's up to you to go out there and make the change that you seek. So go out there, be the change that you want, and have a hell of a 2024. I'm rooting for you. But other than that, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for 2023. It's been fun. I'm sorry I've been up and down in 2023. I know there was a few weeks or whatever I didn't live stream, whatever, but 2023 overall was just a weird year for me content wise. I was like wildly inconsistent, but hoping to be a lot better in 2024 and beyond. And yeah, you will be seeing a lot more Viper on YouTube next year. So appreciate y'all rocking out with me through all the years. We'll forget. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot what Monday is. Ooh. Okay. So Monday, for those of y'all who've been rocking with me since the very beginning, you know that Monday is my YouTube anniversary. Jan 1st. 6 years on the platform, y'all. 6-year anniversary. Usually I stream on that day, but I don't know if I'm going to stream or not this time around. But yeah, Monday is my YouTube anniversary. So that's crazy. But 6 years on YouTube. Wow. Damn. Wow. Time flies. But I wouldn't have made it that long if it wasn't for you all in this live stream and the people that watch my videos. So I want to thank you all so much to the people like Shelly who've given me the grace to have spend a few minutes with me every now and then. And yeah, man. Again, I wouldn't have made it 6 years if it wasn't for you all. So thank you for that. And I will catch you all in 2024. Peace.